Listener discretion be advised.
Okay.
All right.
Wait, there's no money for me? You'd be good at running away.
Yeah, I'll run away from the Terminators and let everybody else do it.
You know, in a porta potty because that stinks. And number two, I don't want to be in Happy 420.
And welcome to another episode of the Convoluted Podcast. And welcome to a bonus episode if you're listening to this. Yes, you've gotten 2 episodes this week. Today, I am joined by 2 special guests. They've both been on the show, and not only that, I've also been on each of their shows. I would like to welcome Ferral Terrel from Life of Laymen.
Hola.
And I would like to bring back Tasha Morrison from Inner Monologue.
Hey, y'all.
Guys, thank you for joining me for this special episode.
No problem.
Not a problem.
You weren't doing anything.
I'm just getting high. Playing a video game.
And if all your listeners figured it out by now on the date this is released, yes, it is the special 420 episode. So if you heard from the little disclaimer I have to put in apparently in the beginning of the episode, then you understand what's happening. I'm glad to not only have brought back some favorite guests. You guys are some of my favorite people to talk to.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, that's so sweet.
My dog's looking at me.
All right. So let's talk a little bit of our first experience, because for me in particular, I've always been in my friends group, I've always been the more I'm not gonna do it, because around the time that it was technically illegal. It's I think in all our regions right now it's legal for everyone talking in the show. So yes, what we are doing is legal. But
yes, we are legal.
Yeah. And it wouldn't even matter if you were or weren't.
We don't give a shit.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, I was always kind of it's not that I was not oh, it's gonna lead me to the harder drugs. Yeah, no, that's kind of stupid. It's kind of that's just on the individual. But for me, it was more nah, I don't want to do it. It was the same thing with alcohol. I would not drink beer or that. So I was kind of the lame person in the friend group.
So what did you do?
Just hang out.
Just hang out?
Just
sober?
Hang out. Sober, yes. I was the sober one.
Sounds interesting.
Hey, this is around the time where everyone was drinking and they're when they were teenagers.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So, yeah, once I turned 21, that's a whole different story.
Oh, okay. Yeah, once you turn... Well, it's not... It's 19 up here, so we started early.
Oh, lucky you guys.
Yeah.
So, I'll start out by, my first real experience with weed was, it was my... I was 20. Yeah, I was 20. My younger sister had some on her, and she wanted to smoke it. And the way they did it was in an apple.
Very, very low class, but edible.
Yeah. So, did you grow up in Compton? What's going on?
No, man, I'm just getting my vitamins.
Yeah.
I'm trying to actually remember, because they lit the apple, they were lighting it to smoke it, because they they put the weed inside the apple in the center of the core, and they were heating the apple up to you know And I was like, I'm trying to remember it because I remember that was my first real experience, like actually smoking weed. Like it's always been around me, but that was the first time I smoked it. I remember we were like ended up watching some stupid movie, and I cannot remember for the life of me what it was. But that was my like first real experience. Like, huh? Okay, that was weird.
Yeah, sounds interesting, but you would have to do it in an apple. Like, I'm sure they could have gone to the corner store and got like a bong or something. I mean, it's not that
Actually,
expensive.
I don't know. We were like, well, my sister was like in high school at that time, so yeah.
Oh, okay. Like, so you were young. You were relatively young.
Yeah.
Okay.
That makes sense.
All right.
Yeah, it all makes sense now. It all becomes clear. Okay.
So, all right. Who wants to go next?
I'll go. I guess.
Yeah, I'm trying to still recollect my first experience.
Yeah, because we're currently high, so it makes it harder for us to remember when the first time we got high. So this is going to be interesting. Well, it's a little. I guess it was a little different for me because number one, I'm Jamaican, and it's like a rite of passage to be able to do those things. So you could say it's in my blood. Literally, to have done that. My first time was probably with my friends. It was just kind of like, what I do remember from my first time is that people were asking me if they were doing it right. And yeah, and, people that are like smokers, sometimes they have like the pinky finger out looking like they're posh, like thinking that they're like, the shit kind of thing. And I'm like, no, that's not how you do it. Meanwhile, I've never done it before kind of thing. So, yeah. So I just remember because me being Jamaican and it is probably like the top thing the top import that we have there. We probably have other things, but let's be honest, like weed comes from Jamaica.
It's weed and Bob Marley t-shirts.
Yeah, exactly. So that would be my first experience was, kind of everybody kind of looking to me to make sure that they were doing it right. And it kind of makes you feel good because, yeah, you are doing it right. It makes you feel important because you're Jamaican and, you're smoking weed and you're supposed to know how everything is done. But the reality is like, a lot of Jamaicans, they can't even afford the weed, so that's why they have to grow it. So, yeah, exactly. And so my first growing experience was I had like one little seed and I thought it was going to grow and it never grew. And I was very sad. And I thought I wasn't Jamaican enough to make this weed seed grow. And so that's my first growing experience. But like overall, I'm not like an everyday because I need to go to work and I need to focus. So I'm not like an everyday, but when I do it, it's in excess and I love it so much. And thank God in Canada, it is legal because you guys have actually the states, like the separate states that are legal. We actually have it where
West Coast.
Like we have the entire country where it's legal. And I'll talk about more how that has kind of changed things around here.
Well, that's because your country actually has some of its shit straight. While down here, we're still going, what are we going to do about a wall?
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly right. You guys are worried about the wall. We're worried about when the next weed shop is going to open, which just opened today. Yeah. There was like this big lottery for all these dispensaries, and so some of these people are like who won the lottery to open dispensaries. Like they have been opening it up over the past couple of weeks. And one of those places actually just opened today, and there's like apparently like it's like a 4-hour lineup right now. 4 hours just to get in there. I was like, why don't you just go to your regular dealer? What are you, a regular guy? Like, why are you waiting 4 hours? You know?
It's trending.
Yeah, it's trending on Twitter, trending on Instagram. Like, get out of here.
Look, I can
Why are
take
you a
my
regular
Instagram
guy?
photo in line.
In line, yeah. So it's becoming a big deal around here, and it was always a big deal. Like it's always been something really important to Canada. It's just that we made it legal, and now we're, there's some really good and bad things about it, but it is what it is. And that's my entire story of my entire life. Brought to you by Tasha from the Inner Monologue.
Oh
Your
man.
turn.
I honestly cannot remember the first time. It's been
I gave
so
you all
long
that time
ago.
to think about it.
Well, I remember there was one time, I think it might have been my first time. I was with my old friend Josh, and it was just some bad weed, and it just made me paranoid. I was
Yeah.
just sitting there like, oh man, I need to get out of here, man. That's like 18. I think that was my first time. I think. Yeah, that was it. Yeah, I got like fucking hella fucking paranoid by it. That waited like 2 or 3 months. And then the McWonder Beast, who cannot be here today, he ended up smoking me some good bud. And I just remember there sitting in front of my Sims game, listening to the music, just going, oh my God, this is the best music in the world. And that was like 45 minutes of me just sitting there, just listening to the Sims main menu theme music. It took me 45 minutes to start playing that game. I didn't know what to do with myself. The couch felt so good. It felt wonderful.
Whoa.
Then I took a break from like 2 or 3 years because I had an ex who was very adamant against me smoking it, and then yeah,
off with her head.
Yeah, she's gone. She's back out in Hawaii. So
Okay,
good riddance. Good riddance to bad rubbish. And then from there out, I just started smoking all the time. And yeah, there's been a lot of times I've had some really fun and weird experiences, especially walking through the woods and rafting. Going rafting in the summer while high, oh my God, that is like one of the coolest things. You're like sitting there and you're all into it. You're like, yeah, man, let's do this. Oh no, we're overboard. Time to swim. It makes everything so much more enjoyable. And oh my God, my dogs are freaking the fuck out.
Yeah.
All right, interesting. Tash, do you have any interesting tales?
Sorry?
Do you have any interesting tales?
Any interesting tales? Not really. I mean, I haven't actually bought any weed in probably like 4 years because everybody just smokes me, So I don't really know what it is to walk in a dispensary. It's just everything's either given to me, people either share it with me or whatever. But I just have really good experiences with, it's just smoking with people, telling stories, and like it's just now it's become for me a comfort. Like it feels like weed brings everybody together. So it does. It just brings people together. No matter where you're from, especially, even walking around, again, as I said, now it's legal in Canada and there's people smoking everywhere. You're just kind of like respect when you're walking by somebody, that's smoking, and sometimes they share. Like it just brings people together. It's weird how something that was, is again still socially looked down upon by many is celebrated amongst a lot of people, and again brings people together. So I don't think I have like an actual story about it, but I will tell you that just how I have to make sure that anybody that I'm dating smokes. If they don't smoke, I will not date them.
Huh?
That's my rule.
Smart.
Yeah, hey, you know what you
Smart.
want.
Yeah.
You know why?
But
They might be an alien.
yeah, exactly. And
Aliens can't
I don't
smoke
want to
weed.
date no alien. Yeah. I don't want to date no alien. I don't want no scrubs. That type of
Right.
yeah,
E.T. get the fuck out of there.
yeah. So it's almost like a prerequisite before you even talk to me that this is a part of my life, and if you're not down with that, then you can get to step in. If you are down with it, then buy me a quarter, guy. Like that's the way I kind of see it.
All right. So for me, I'm trying to really think. Like, I'm not I don't actively consume weed that often. It's more of a social thing for me. So it's like I think I've only bought in weed twice. One for this episode, and the second time a year ago. So it's not really something like I seek, but if someone's in a social environment hands me some, I'm not gonna say no.
Yeah.
As far as weed, like cigarettes, I can't do. I hate. I actually get nauseously sick off cigarettes. That's what's weird. But weed, if it's some good weed, there's some really bad smelling weed, and
skunk weed.
mm,
So bad shit. You don't want that.
and it's rough to like just be in that area. But there's some weed that it's comfortable enough. Like, okay, this is not too bad. I can be in this vicinity. But there is one thing that I remember, and you can, depending on a person's experience, it could be a bad trip or really just what did I get myself trip. So a buddy of ours, it was like an average night. We were just watching movies. We're kind of ending the night, and most of our friends were going to go out drinking. So what one of our buddies decided to do, he gave us these pills with the weed oil in it. So he handed one to each. So he handed each of us one pill, and I was like, "No." I was off work. I didn't want to go out drinking, and I was like, "I'm gonna watch like a couple movies before I go to bed." And he said, "Just have one." Like, all right, why not? Not gonna. So we all take it. Like hours go by and nothing's happening. Like you get to a point where when you're like high. Kind of. So, and I was just there sitting, just watching my movies. I didn't feel anything. So I was like, like two plus 2 hours passed. At that point I was like, nothing's gonna happen. And I was like, probably a dud. And well, one of my cousins needed a ride to his job. And note, this is like in the middle of the night. And I was like, I'm doing good. It's only like a 15-minute drive to take my buddy to work. I take him to work, and yeah, coming back home was not fun.
You done fucked up there.
All right, so okay, so I'm gonna explain what happened here. It finally hit me on the ride back home after I've dropped him off, and I noticed because there's this long straightaway toward my house, and it's like covered in trees, so it's like a tunnel with trees as my roof, and it's not that big of a tree line. So once I get through it, it's like Batman? Near there. You can think like that, just that area, yeah. So this is what happened. The reason I realized it finally hit me was I was driving through this tree tunnel, and I was like, this is taking longer than it should. This is not that long of a stretch of road. And then my vision started to go widescreen.
Whoa.
And then and then my perception of time, I could tell that thing like the time and my my sense of distance were off. Like, wait, this is not right. And that's when I verbally yelled out, "Fuck!" And I still had, and I was still I still had about like 10 miles, not 10 miles, about 8 miles to get back home. While it finally hit me. The reason it hit me is because it was one of those cold nights, and I had the heater hitting me in the face. That's what started hitting me. Like the heat from the car just like started activating, and I was like, "Fuck!" And I was like, I gotta make it home or pull over. It's either one of those two. And I kept driving at 60 miles an hour, just like going like, okay, what am I gonna do? I made it home safely, as everyone knows that I'm doing this episode.
Disclaimer:
Sure?
I made it home safe.
Guys?
I know, yeah. Yo, tell me now, guy. Black people don't like that shit.
But yeah, it was
we don't like talking to ghosts.
I know, yeah. My whole way, finally, from when the point I realized to the point I got home, like I knew it finally hit me. This is like one of the first times it's like a rememberable high, because I could feel everything was distorted, and it like it was not fun because I was driving home, but I think I was more annoyed that it hit me because of that.
Well, that oil, like for me, like those oils, those are the things that creep up on you. I don't like dealing with that, especially in pill form. Like, what the hell are you guys doing down there? Like, I know they have. Like, what are you guys doing? Like
crazy ass shit.
Yeah, like I know, like up here we've been doing like they have like now bath bombs and all that stuff. I'm sure they have it down there, but like you do bath bombs and like all that stuff. Like that shit seeps into your like skin, and you know it just causes like that euphoric kind of like high, and I can't deal with that. So I just smoke it because it's just the way that it should be. It's a herb, not like, you know, like it's kind of interesting with everything that they're coming up with now, but it's a herb. Just smoke the herb, guy. Like that's it. Leave it at that.
Can't I cook it? It's herbs, you said.
Yeah, like you could you could do anything with weed. I'm just saying, if you just don't want to, you know, freak out like that, like you're freaking out in the car, people are, you know, freaking out every which way. Like you don't want to smoke, you know, or you don't want to have weed and then act like a crack addict. That's the whole point. That's not the point. That's not the point of weed. The point of weed is just to be mellow and high and not to freak out. And just that's why
have a good time.
And just have a good time and just smoke the herb. That's the best way to do it, and it's the safest way to do it because you don't know how you're going to react to all these things that are being made. Brownies, if you put it in food, you put it in. I've seen like now there's going to be weed beer over here.
Oh yeah.
Like it's like getting out of control. You don't need to mix up everything, you know. Now I'm getting a little Jamaican on you, but you don't need to mix up everything, you know, like just leave it the way it is. It's fine the way it is. Just like roll it up and smoke it, guy. That's it. That's my take on it.
Hey,
my first time having brownies is amazing now.
What happened?
Yeah, tell us. Like, you just can't leave it like that.
Wonder Beast.
I know, yeah.
Yeah, sorry. I was looking at my dog. I'm like, what the hell are you doing in here, man? No, McWonder Beast, we went camping with a former mutual friend of ours, who I will not name. But we went up to this campground. It wasn't really a campground. You park your RV, and it had a pool and all that shit. Well, he brought a tray of brownies. He said he just made them and said they were super potent. So, of course, all three of us, we eat one. Sitting there and we're like, all right, 10 minutes go by. And he goes, just give it like 10 minutes and, you know, it'll take effect. And of course, you know, we're all young and naive still at this point. And I'm like, all right, man, it's 10 minutes. Nothing's happened. He's like, all right, eat another one. So I ate the other one. And We're like, all right. Well, he's like, well, fuck, man, it's not hitting me. And we're like, yeah, it's not hitting us either. So we decided to walk down to this creek and go smoke a bowl. And so we get down there. We get down by this nice little creek. We're all passing the pipe around, smoking a bowl and shit. And we smoke at least 2 bowls before we decide, all right, let's go back. So we're getting up there, and as we're fucking climbing back up this little hill to get off from this creek, fucking hits us. And mind you, again, this is my first time ever smoking. Not smoking, eating a brownie, smoking a brownie. God, that's how high I am.
Yeah. Actually, I understood what he was saying.
First time ever eating brownies. I ate 2 of them, and it hit me like fucking Thomas the Tank Engine on steroids. Oh my god! Like you talked about your perception of time slowing down. Mine slowed way the fuck down. And it was, oh man.
Yeah, I can imagine.
We went back, we got in our swimsuits and we went to the fucking pool. That was the worst damn idea we could have had. We got in there, and mind you, this pool has a glass dome. So it's like, it's all glass. The acoustics in there is amazing. And when you've already smoked 2 bowls and ate 2 fucking potent ass brownies because you couldn't remember how much goddamn fucking shit he put into the butter, you start to get a little paranoid at all the child's laughter just echoing and reverberating through your brain. It's like one of those moments in the movies where the people are just like tripping hard, and it's so fucking weird. And so me and McWonderbeast dumbass start zombie walking into the pool and just like flopping down face first like a zombie into the pool and just swimming back, getting up, doing that again. And our buddy's 2 nephews are just fucking laughing and mimicking us. And his sister was just being such a prude about it. And our friend's mom just was just like, oh my god, they're so high. But his dad's like laughing his ass off because he's from he's from Portland in the 70s, so he's all used to already smoking weed all the time on the bus, smoking weed, passing the joint to the bus driver, doing acid, going to parties, doing all that fucking crazy ass shit. So he's having a blast watching us 3 dumbasses just act like fucking idiots. And my dumbass eats 2 plates of spaghetti back to back, like just inhales it like Kirby. and then I go back to my tent and lay down, and that was an even worse idea because I ended up getting up and it all came back up.
Oh.
Yeah. I just remember calling for McWonderbeast to help me. I'm like, help! I'm puking. And then I ended up sleeping like the rest of the night. I had these strangest fucking dreams.
That's one thing about it. It's, you always have like some like after. I feel like every time I smoke before I go to sleep, it's like you have these like weird dreams. Like one time I had like a Pac-Man dream. Like I was Pac-Man, and then like I was chasing the cherry. Chasing like it was messed up. Like I don't like those type of dreams because then you wake up and you're almost like next to pissing yourself because you're like, what the fuck just happened, right? Like, yes. Like why was I in Pac-Man? I haven't played Pac-Man in years. But like you always have like these messed up like subconscious dreams, and I guess in my subconscious at that point was Pac-Man. But maybe I should play again, maybe I should beat my highest score. Like you think of like the last thing, I guess, when you go to sleep or something. And then like I've had like so many weird dreams about that. Like, I don't know. Maybe it's like, cause there's certain indicas that are like, that'll make you like trip out like that. So I don't know.
Ooh, yeah. And it also does depend on how you consume it, because like I had this blackberry lemonade with like 50 milligrams of like the cannabis oil in it, and I had a fucking bizarre ass dream last night that I couldn't even fucking remember. All I know is Chris Pratt was in it because I was watching Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom, which is
Yeah. What was the greatest movie? Okay. I don't know if I have ever talked to you, Tyron, about my hate for the Asian guy in Jurassic Park. Have I?
No.
I talked about it on the show. Yeah, man. I don't like that guy. He's always talking so much shit in that movie, man. Like, who is going to be the one to say, yo, man, Dr. Wu, you need to stop. Like, you don't need to mix up a whale and a dinosaur. You don't need to do that. It's just not necessary.
He's gonna find some weird ass fucking thing. I don't think it's gonna be a whale. I think he's gonna be like, I wonder what would happen if I mixed a scorpion, a spider, a Tyrannosaurus Rex, and Bob Saget.
Yeah. It's the Bob Saget that worries me in that.
It has to have that affinity for cocaine, because they're gonna have little cocaine injectors on it to keep this thing running.
Yeah, exactly. But like,
how else do you come up with this shit?
Yeah, like nobody, like, does anybody like, who's asking the question? Who's making the dinosaur? When I sat through that movie, I was yelling. I was like, kill this guy, man. He always gets saved at the end of it. He's always making new dinosaurs. Enough is enough. I've had enough of this guy, you know? And
I know.
So I'm shocked that you haven't heard how much I hate that guy, because the rest of the guys on the podcast on Inner Monologue.
I was playing. I played the Jurassic World game, and like Dr. Wu is a part of it, and every single time I see his face, I'm just like, oh, fuck you. And then Jeff Goldblum comes on, and then he makes sense, and I'm like, oh, Jeff, you make everything better.
Yeah. I know, yeah, he does make everything, but I'm not gonna lie about that. You know, he does make everything better, but you know, out of all people, I would have thought that Jeff Goldblum would know, Dr. Malcolm or whatever would know that there was Dr. Wu that needs to be stopped, because who is making these dinosaurs? It's this guy. You guys keep putting him in a turtleneck and putting him in a lab, and he keeps making these bad things and these bad decisions.
Thank you for pointing out the turtleneck. That's always bothered me. Like, you first meet Dr. Wu in Jurassic Park, and he's like your run-of-the-mill scientist. He's like, oh yeah, bro, I'm totally making velociraptors. Everything's chill. Got a great job. Yeah. I'm a post-grad student. You come Jurassic World, and he's your stereotypical, like, evil. He's your stereotypical villain with a fucking turtleneck. And every turtleneck villain is a douchebag.
Yeah.
Absolute douchebag. Like, they're just like, I can't even overlook this guy.
He's completely overlooked. And I just want in the next movie to acknowledge the fact that this man, since like the beginning, since the first Jurassic Park came out, has been causing ruckus and causing trouble, you know, since the 1990s. And since it's 2019 and this guy's still running amok, making whale sharks or making whale dinosaurs. I don't even know anymore. Is it a shark? Is it a whale? What is it?
He might be the scientist behind the Sharknado.
Oh, God.
Exactly. He's the scientist that made the Meg. Like, I'm done with this guy. I'm done with him, and he needs to be stopped. So I hope Chris Pratt can figure it out, because no one else seems to. They're all idiots.
They're getting God, what's his name? The actor Sam Neill back to play Dr. Grant. So maybe Dr. Grant can be the one. Like, Chris Pratt and Dr. Grant team up to go and fight Dr. Wu with Blue, because you know you gotta bring in Blue. She's our girl.
Yeah, she's a girl, right?
Chill ass raptor.
To go too. She needs to go too. She's not like, I know
I
she's
think
like
that'll be a justful ending. Like she takes down Doctor Wu, but Doctor Wu also gets a killing blow in on her, and then they both go down.
And just another thing, I gotta say something for the Black people out there. Who is going to avenge Samuel Jackson's murder by those dinosaurs? Who will be the one to avenge?
Maybe that nerdy kid from the last one, because he did kind of step up there towards the end with the train thing. He could have just killed Dr. Wu there.
I know, he could have just done it, but he's not reliable.
Somebody
needs to avenge Samuel L. Jackson's murder.
But what if he is Samuel L. Jackson's character's like son or grandson?
You know what? That's a long shot. Now, folks, whoever's listening, this is all high talk, okay? We call this high talk. It doesn't need to make sense to you, but it makes sense to the people that are high. So I recommend you go back and rewind this track and listen to what we're saying, but, have a brownie, smoke something, because all this talk is going to make sense to you when you're high, okay? And that's my public service announcement.
True word. The more you know.
I'm going to actually just take that clip. That clip will just be the intro.
Yeah. The more you know. Anyway.
Oh, God. Wow, your deep passion for this one character. I honestly, unless I'm missing something from your guys' podcast lore, this is the first I've heard of your hatred for said character.
I know but I know I've talked about it off, like the guys know about it like off, I feel like I talked about it, but I didn't. But I know that they know that I do not like this guy, and I feel like he ruins my mood. When I see him in anything else, he ruins my mood.
Wow.
Yeah, like I BD whatever his name is, like he needs to be dead in Jurassic Park for me to kind of fulfill my destiny. You know what I mean?
All right.
That just all right. Happen.
I really think he's gonna bite the bullet in the next movie.
Yeah, I think so. I think people are onto him, like I am. Like.
Okay, so this is actually a perfect segment into our first game. This is a game I took from Life of Laymen. We're going to have celebrity death battles.
Woo!
So, I asked each of you to pick one male actor and one female actor. We will put them in a three-way fight to see who would win. As far as a real fight versus their current stability. Or their current status as an actor. How does that sound?
Yeah.
Sounds good.
All right, let's go. Okay, Tash, heads or tails?
Tails.
Okay, ready? Okay, decide men or women first.
Men.
Who goes in the ring? Men? All right, so we're going to each pick. Everyone put in your male actor into the ring. Okay, go Ferral.
Alright, I'm gonna put in Jason Momoa.
Are you kidding me? That was my guy.
That's not fair. You can't have two Jason Momoas.
I'll let you take him, and then I will instead put in Chris Pratt.
No. You could fine. You have Jason Momoa. I think I have somebody else.
Okay.
All right, Jason Momoa.
Okay. I will put in Idris Elba.
Ooh, good choice.
That is a good choice.
He is the man.
I'm gonna into the mix. My choice is James McAvoy.
I love him. He's so amazing on Instagram. I love him.
So we got Aquaman, the upcoming Deadshot, and Professor X.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, he's not going to be Deadshot anymore. Did you hear about that? That was yesterday.
Wait, what happened?
So, so originally in Suicide Squad, it was supposed to. Well, obviously, it was Will Smith that played Deadshot, and then they got Idris Elba. Now, because I think what had happened was that they got Viola Davis to reprise her role as Amanda Waller in the new Suicide Squad. It's not going to be like a revival, and they're going to use Idris Elba as a different character and get rid of Deadshot altogether. That's what I heard.
Oh.
Okay.
I can get down with that.
Yeah,
I didn't even like the idea of, I mean, like open it. I don't know what happened with Will Smith or whatever, and I love Will Smith. Well, actually, Will Smith was the only good thing about that movie, I thought. So, so I wasn't happy that they were going to like, you know, replace him with Idris Elba, even though Idris Elba is an amazing person, like an amazing actor, but he could do something else. Like, why don't you like open it up? Like, they should get more villains. Like, I don't know who else was part of the Suicide Squad, but like it should be somebody, like he should play somebody different. He has that ability to, you know, to make a brand new character. Like, look what he did with is it Hemedal from is that his name?
Yeah,
Hamdal. We're at that point we can't talk.
We'll all just say it wrong.
Yeah.
So we know who you're talking about.
Everyone knows what's happening.
Yeah. But the guy that watches the whatever, that thing. Anyway, so Idris Elba in that movie is, I just watched Thor yesterday, so it was like, he's amazing in that movie. He can make any character good. He's in the upcoming new Fast and the Furious movie, the Hobbs and Shaw.
Super Soldier.
And he's playing that super soldier. Everybody is gunning for him to kind of be the new James Bond. How could you go wrong with this guy?
Yeah, he would be a perfect Bond.
He would do a really good Bond.
Yeah, like here's the thing. People are, I mean, it's now we live in a world where if we pick him as Bond, people are upset because he's black, and James Bond is not supposed to be black. You know?
Like,
yeah, exactly. I mean, you and I and a lot of other people would say, you know what, like, it's time to change it up. But the reality is there are people that would be legitimately upset with him being James Bond because of the color of his skin. And I'm sorry to say, most of those people live in your area.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, most of those people live in your area. So it's just unfortunate, but you know, like he would be perfect. Like, you know, he's done a lot. He's done a lot of good movies and good parts. And he could be funny. And
he's British.
And he's also British. Like, it makes so much sense to have him as a new flavor of James Bond, but I just don't think it's ever going to happen because of what's going on in society today. So
it's unfortunate too. Because he'd put a good take on that role, better than Daniel Craig.
Yeah, it would be I think it would be a more grittier Bond than any of us could imagine. Because he could be, and he's so handsome. Like, I'd sign up to be a Bond girl. Yeah, I don't even care what I look like. I'm going to just to go, I'm going to go do the whatever. Gonna go, I'll run lines with him if I have to. If I'm just in the vicinity of that man, like, I'd be lucky. So I put forward Idris Elba for the win.
Okay, that was a good way to promote your actor.
Yeah, exactly. Good luck.
All right, you want to go next, Ferral?
I already said mine, Jason Momoa.
I know. Sell your
I
actor.
love him so much.
Oh well, Jason Momoa. He was at Stargate. Hey, I don't remember which one. Oh, yeah, Stargate Atlantis. Yeah, he played the big cool bad buff guy. He's big cool bad and buff, and had tattoos. And they're like, hey, look at this guy. He's big and tough. And then they're like, oh, hey, man, you'd make a good Conan. Maybe you're not as good as Arnold Schwarzenegger, but hey, you'll do. You're big, bad, and tough. And we need to revitalize this series. The movie might have been a flop, but he still played a good Conan. He was a good barbarian. He rocked. He rocked the sword and the loincloth. And
trust me, I wish the loincloth wasn't even there. Okay. Not even there.
I'm trying to think of some of his earlier works. I know you guys mentioned that he was in Stargate. I actually looked it up and I saw his role because he's been really big in the last 5 years? Like
it's been because of Game of Thrones, like when he played
Game of Thrones really launched him, yeah. And then he's also in that show Frontier.
Oh yeah.
I think that's it. Yeah.
Even the weird thing is, I'm pretty sure that I think it's a show. I'm pretty sure that show's filmed in Canada, if I'm not mistaken. But
I think it is.
Not a lot of people in Canada are watching that show. It's weird. Because I don't know anybody that's watching that show, and like he is like one of the biggest like actors right now. He just finished Aquaman, you know, and it's just weird that he has a show, and I don't feel like, you know, you ask your people, what are you watching, and like Frontier does not come up in their like conversation, but apparently it's big in the States. I don't know. It's weird.
I honestly haven't even watched. I think I watched like a little bit of an episode, and then I fell asleep, and then I went back to watching King of the Hill.
I'm kind of
a true American.
A
true American.
I won't deny that.
Funny. Yeah. You guys love that show, eh? American Dad. Dad. You guys love that.
I love South Park, King of the Hill, Rick and Morty, Futurama, and Archer. I could really care less about anything Seth MacFarlane has made.
Really? The Orville's not bad.
Oh, okay, yeah, Orville. I'll put in there, but his cartoons, like maybe the first 2 seasons of Family Guy, those were good, but then after that, it just became very routine. And American Dad has some of its funny moments, but it's not like it's on my top 10 or even top 5.
Yeah. Okay, back to the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were playing a game. I was like, yeah. Okay, yeah.
He was, you know, he was an Atlantean. He was in Game of Thrones that everybody loves, but you know, just like any other good character in there, he dies, and he's motherfucking Aquaman, you know.
Yeah,
that's a good point.
Good point.
Bro, you got me.
Yeah. King of Atlantis. Just saying, King of Atlantis got that dope ass costume, got that trident. Like, he can fucking lift a goddamn submarine out of, like, he straight up can do anything, and he can still ride on the back of 2 dolphins.
I just want to point out that he needed help to do all those things.
True.
Yeah.
But still, you know, every good superhero works in teams. Yeah.
We'll see.
Superman didn't need a team.
God. He's not even a superhero. He's just a damn god. Like, I can take over this planet if I want to. Rip everybody in half.
Yeah.
But I'm a Boy Scout. All right.
By the way, also, sorry to just stop that if we're talking about DC quickly. Just watch Shazam. I know. Did you guys watch Shazam yet?
I want to. How was it?
Best DC movie thus far. And
yes,
I loved Wonder Woman. I love that movie a lot. I loved Aqua. Like, the thing is with DC, I mean, the Marvel versus DC right now, I don't even know if DC's even like working. I don't even know if they're doing any movies. That's how bad it is. But the Shazam movie is by far the best. They should have done this one first before even like Man of Steel. Like, it is that good. It sets you up. It's funny. It's like, it goes through like the typical superhero, the superhero, like, you know, who am I type of thing. Like, what defines a superhero? It is the perfect movie. They should have started with that movie. It is that good. Shazam, go watch it. Anybody that's listening, go watch that movie because it's amazing.
Well, you told me to go watch it. Now I just need to go watch it.
I can't even add more to that because, yeah, it was a wonderful film. I'm about to go see it again later this week, with some more people. Like this is where I'm glad what Disney's doing now with all this is what they needed to do in the beginning, is these solo movies, like just keeping it individual, then building it up to something, not just like throw everyone at once and here, just throw
exactly people. That's like, and I'm learning that this month. I'm doing the one Marvel movie a day up until Endgame calendar. I don't know if you guys seen that online. So I'm actually actively doing that. And I'm just noticing just the buildup of these characters. That's what Marvel's done right. They're building up these characters, giving them not only one, but 2 or 3 movies for some of them, and building up these characters for them to get together in one big movie. And that's what Marvel's doing right, where DC is really, really behind. And it's unfortunate because DC characters are some of my favorite characters. I mean, Batman is just amazing. Superman, you know, like those Aquaman now, but they should not have done a Justice League so soon. They should not have done Batman versus Superman so soon.
Agreed.
They just wasted their time. They wasted their time. They wasted that money because those movies were pure shit. 150%. Wonder Woman was the only movie that I think it came out at the right time because we needed a female superhero at the time and we didn't really have one. So that's why that movie did so well. They read they kind of read the pulse of what society was talking about. We have not, women don't have anything, we've had female superheroes, but let's be serious. Black Widow
doesn't have any front and center. Front and center where they want to promote Iron Man and all them because they make money.
Yeah.
They make action figures.
Yeah. And it's not that they're not successful. DC is a successful, company. Like, it's just not that they're not successful. They're just not reading what is going on. I mean, Marvel, then that's where Marvel is, picking up on their slack. They're like, oh yeah, you want a new female character? Okay, Captain Marvel, like, gonna beat the shit out of Thanos for sure. Unless
Ant-Man goes up his ass.
I know, yeah. I said unless Ant-Man goes up his ass, yeah, which should have happened, but but I mean, it's just the build up, and Marvel is, they should mock themselves after Marvel, unfortunately, because it really, to be honest, as big as Marvel is, it should be DC that's in this kind of like momentum. And like Justice League, I don't even remember if there was a Justice League. That's how bad it was. Like, why didn't you do a Flash individual movie? Why didn't you do like a Flash mixed with Cyborg individual movie or something? Like, it just doesn't make sense. It didn't make sense.
Well, with Cyborg especially, he's such an integral part of the plot for Justice League, having the mother box in him. It would have made sense to have him have his own movie to begin with, because it's Wayne Tech it's Wayne Enterprises that his dad works for. No, not that. No, he works for Star Labs.
Yeah.
That's right, Star Labs.
I mean,
and Lucius Fox, because Lucius Fox is such a badass.
Yeah, but also the issue is, look what you're doing to like big villains like Lex Luthor. Like Lex Luthor didn't even look like a villain; he just looked like a little boy.
I was saying, like, God damn, he got far from Zombieland. What the fuck happened? Go back to Facebook.
No, you're right. Especially okay, so I have like there's only one other movie that I really horribly dislike, and I will never watch it. Everyone knows this movie. It is Monster Trucks. I will never watch that film. Just around the top 5 of movies that I despise is the Justice League movie, just because like you mentioned, they're really bad at writing. They use up some really good possible villains, like the Doomsday they used for that. To this day, upsets me so much because they ruined.
I don't know what the hell that was. Like, what was that thing? I was like,
Doomsday.
Yeah, like it didn't work. Sorry to interrupt, but it didn't work. You're exactly right. It didn't work.
No,
they could have done Bizarro. That would have been better if they would have done Bizarro.
Yeah, that would have been a better movie.
Exactly.
It would have made more sense.
And like with like you're right, because you're having a second middle Superman movie with him fighting someone different, because they could have waited like for the third or fourth Superman movie to do a Doomsday, because that would have been very critical in the future, because that would be the point where Superman dies. So in the Justice League movie, they wouldn't have a Superman to be around until they do what they did to bring him back. Besides that,
exactly,
they ruined a wonderful plot point.
So and they just ruined it.
In the Doomsday story, Justice League was still integral into that plot. So not having the Justice League in the movie without having already been established doesn't work.
So,
because the Justice League after that has to learn how to be a Justice League without Superman, without their god.
I know. Yeah.
So sorry,
luckily, just to add to this little conversation as well, before we get back to the actual game that we're supposed to play. Just to add to that, I don't know if you guys watch Bumblebee, but I had that same reaction to Bumblebee as I did to watching Shazam, where I was like, what in the fuck are you people doing? The Transformer movie, the first 5 minutes of that Bumblebee movie, I was like, that should have been the Transformer movie right there.
Thank you, because I did not like the new Bumblebee. I mean, I didn't like the new Bumblebee in the first Transformers. Never fucking Camaro.
Yeah. It didn't make sense. Why wasn't that Bumblebee movie the first movie that you ever played that was a Transformer movie? Why did they ruin... Like, I mean, first of all, that Transformer Night of the Fallen, I don't even remember even watching it. That's how bad it was. And if anything that I love, let me tell you, it's Optimus Prime. I used to think that every car was, or every truck that I saw was Optimus Prime. Okay, that's when I was little. But when I saw the first couple of minutes of that movie, I was so turned off on Transformers. Like, I was like, is Optimus Prime like the leader of the Transformers? Like, are there Decepticons? Like, I was questioning my entire life because of how horrible that movie was. So then I watched this Bumblebee movie thinking, oh, this is going to be another piece of shit. I love that movie. It was just brought to life. And I don't understand why these people, I don't know who these white people that are running this company are doing, but they need to have thought about getting that Bumblebee movie to be first on the list of Transformers.
Here's the problem, is that it's old, rich white people running it, and not just young people who know what the fuck we want.
Exactly.
We know what we want. You old rich white guys, get the fuck out. You know you want money, but nobody gives a fuck. You got your money. Go to your private island. Do what the fuck you want. We'll bomb you later.
Yeah, exactly. Go beyond the wall. That's
Yeah.
go beyond the wall.
We got a catapult right here.
Yeah. Okay, so let's get back to what we were talking about. Okay, so okay, so you have Jason Momoa, I have Idris Elba. Who do you have?
I had James McAvoy.
Oh, I love him. I get back to being girly. I love him. He is like honestly just like an awesome person. And whatever happened in that Split movie and that Glass movie, which I liked, but I didn't also like. I don't know why. But in that Glass movie, I don't know if you guys watched it. James McAvoy is like the star of that movie, and Bruce Willis and Samuel Jackson are in it. So,
is it out yet?
Yes,
it's out.
You can rent it.
Oh, shit! I didn't even know that was out. Damn.
Yeah, it is. He is absolutely fit. He is. Imagine that much star power among others in a movie, and James McAvoy is the one that stands out.
And it's from my boy Shyamalan. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. M. Night Shyamalan.
Shyamalan Eminem.
Yeah, I never remembered how to say his name, but okay. So yeah, you have James McAvoy.
So yeah, his like he's doing really great in the last couple of years. He's really picking up. He's really making a name for himself. Like I think like around these movies like Split and Glass really helped like show his true potential as an actor. Like yeah, he stole the show with those movies, and people are now know his name more. Like now I know who he is, and I've been following him. He's doing a really good job right now, and I'm looking forward to his future.
I'm not really looking forward to Dark Phoenix. I feel like they're gonna fuck that movie up so bad. And Phoenix was one of my favorite characters in X-Men. So I'm pretty sure they're gonna mess it up, but I'm still gonna see it because I wanna,
see how
first of all, I wanna see how much of a shit it is.
Well, let's now that Disney owns Fox, let's see how they'll Kevin Feige will fix the X-Men. So
no, we own you, Simpsons. You can't make fun of us anymore.
Actually, no, they don't own the Simpsons. Actually, do they?
No, they don't.
No,
they bought all the Fox's assets.
All of it, because I know that Fox kept a couple things, like very few things.
They kept sports and news.
Wait, I'm double checking.
Yeah, double check that. I'm pretty sure they bought everything underneath 21st Century Fox. All of their TV shows, all that stuff. I'm pretty sure they bought all of that except for they didn't buy anything with sports and news. In fact, Disney had to sell stakes in like ESPN and shit in order for this to go through.
Okay, they do own the Simpsons. Disney owns the Simpsons.
Yeah. Holy smoke,
oh my god, and that American Dad, and that god awful, what's that other one called? Bob's Burgers. I can't stand that shit.
Hey, I love Bob's Burgers, man.
No, I do too, but Mac Daddy Mickey doesn't.
Yeah.
I've always imagined Mickey just like going like just crazy. Too much power, man.
This is a message for Disney. Hey, Disney. Fix the fucking Fantastic Four, motherfuckers. Do not play around with my Fantastic Four. The comics are amazing. You better fix it. I don't know what. And also get Michael B. Jordan to because I think that out of any of them, he was still a good Johnny Storm. However, if he's going to be Killmonger again, let him do that first, because Black Panther is the best movie that ever existed on the face of this planet.
I don't know. So, I was thinking he could play Prowler if they want to introduce because of how successful Into the Spider-Verse was. I think it'd be cool if they introduced a MCU Miles Morales in his version of Prowler.
Yeah, that might actually be good. there's so. I mean, well, Disney now has the opportunity to do anything that they want to. So, congratulations.
My thing is fan four stick, because that last one is going to forever be fan four stick. They fucked up Doctor Doom so bad. Doctor Doom is like one of the best fucking Marvel villains, hands down, ever.
Yeah,
and they fucked him up.
I agree 100%. And get me a Fantastic Four that can beat a man like that. You're giving me like this like Jessica Alba. I don't need that shit. You're getting me Kate Mara. I love her, but she can't beat. There's no way this girl can beat, a Doctor Doom. Like, you need to get me somebody like strong. As much as
Charlize Theron needs to be Susan Storm.
Oh my God, you took the name right out of my mouth. I was about to say her name. Even though she's older, she would be a perfect Sue Storm.
Doesn't matter, because they could do it after her and Reed Richards have their kids.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So they could have Franklin Richards in there, one of the most powerful fucking mutants in all of Marvel.
Yeah.
Good way to get the X-Men introduced.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So
give me some Jubilee at least. Come on, guys.
So
give me some Jubilee.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, that's true. So here's a fun end credit scenes that people have been theorizing will happen since Fox since Disney kind of were like at the ends of finalizing all their things and all the properties. The sale was going to go through no matter what. Everyone knew that. It was just a lot of hubbub on the internet. But Disney owned Fox, like that was for sure. So the rumor of a special end credits to kind of introduce the Fantastic Four would be like the way it ends, like after the Endgame is all over. You see Nick Fury starting up his Space Force, and you see 4 names on their roster, and it's all the names of the Fantastic Four.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
I can see that.
That like
First of all, that would make it a 4-hour movie now. You have to wait all the way to the end for that. I'd be so cheese, guy. I've already waited 3 hours to watch this movie. Now I have to wait a 4th hour to wait for the end credit.
We need every single end credit scene. We're gonna make an entire movie out of end credit scenes.
Hey,
yeah,
exactly. I already purchased 3 tickets. I'm watching it Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So
damn, son.
So that's 9 hours.
I know it's 9 hours.
Plus,
but
it's 9 hours. But I would have done the same thing. I can't wait for this movie to happen. Let's finish up our game. I'm the one in my podcast that tries to like keep it rolling, keep it moving. So that's why I'm trying to stop this conversation. But then I'm the one that's also instigating the conversation. So
yes.
We got James McAvoy versus Jason Momoa versus Idris Elba. Okay, how are we going to do this?
So, I have a dice. So how do we do this? Evens and odds for street fight or official?
Let's just use sheer intelligence. How about that? But then James McAvoy would win because he's Professor X. So, like, are we doing them as characters or are we doing them as like?
Oh no, they're going in as actors. They're going in as themselves, and I say we just do an official cage match.
Cage match,
like WWE style cage match. They can climb up to the top and fucking slam each other into tables.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So all 3 of these guys are in a cage match. All right. I'm trying to think. So it's a free for all. The 3.
Oh yeah, definitely.
First of all, Momoa's the one to beat. Momoa's the one to beat.
Yeah, you gotta take that Momoa. Yeah.
The 2 Brits are gonna team up straight up. They're just gonna team up to take down the Momoa.
Yeah, there has. I mean, you have to like. He's huge, man. I mean, Idris is big, but
no,
he ain't Momoa big.
No, he's not. Yeah, you would need Ildra and James would have to team up. So so we're saying in the beginning that they kind of realized they have to team up. So now they're both on Momoa. So would Momoa be able to hold them off to a point? I'm trying to think.
Momoa is definitely going to be able to hold off McAvoy. Like, he's just going to be like, nah, bro, you ain't getting even that close. He's going to have an issue with Idris because, Idris, he has some reach. He can actually throw a good punch and just get him square in the jaw. And if he can get Momoa in that, I feel like Momoa has a glass jaw, and if he can just get him in the right spot, he'll go down. And then at that point, Idris will just be right up on McAvoy. I don't know, being like, "Yeah, Professor X is shit compared to Stewart's." Bam.
Yeah. Like there would be.
There would be
they have to double team, but then Idris will definitely turn on you because he's British.
So he would So like
as a McAvoy, but like he's British, so.
No, McAvoy at this point, McAvoy's out, knocked on the floor.
Yeah.
So
that one part. But that one part, you know what part really enticed me to that Hobbs and Shaw? I don't know if you guys seen the trailer. When he punches the rock and the rock goes flying, I was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Like they're in trouble, guys. So I know that's in Super Soldier, but I'm going to go with Idris on this one. Idris can definitely take the win on this one.
Yep, so I think we all are in agreement that Idris will win in the situation. All right, there we go.
I think Momoa, but it might be Idris. It definitely would be Idris. Momoa has a good chance there.
If McAvoy wasn't a distraction, just flailing about with his short little arms compared to the two of those guys, Momoa probably would have taken it.
Yeah.
But it's really distracting when you got like a little Brit just slapping at you on your big muscly body.
Yeah. Oh God, it's just like when you get dust in your eye and shit.
Exactly. Like, oh fuck, God damn it, no, oh fuck.
James McAvoy is the dust in your eye. So funny.
Oh, that's funny. Okay.
Well, it's good to be number one, guys. Thank you. I appreciate that.
All right.
I feel like I personally won.
Oh, that's true. That was your champion.
Champion.
All right then. I will go with now our female actresses. Why did I say that way? You should have just said actresses.
Yeah, we will go with our female actresses.
They're like double female, apparently. All right.
So are they from a planet where there's like you look on one side and it's one face, and then they just flip around and it's another actress?
Yeah.
All right. So since I technically lost, like totally, I'll go first.
Yeah, you get to choose the first female.
So my choice is a newie right now, Lupita Nyong'o.
Oh, Lupita Nyong'o.
Yeah, something like that. I'm like high right now. I can barely read my screen.
Yeah. Lupita, she's in Black Panther. She plays what's her name?
Oh, the little sister. The what are
those? That's Suri. No, that's Suri. It's the one that she was with. Not the bald one, but she's the one that's in love with Black Panther.
Oh, okay. I need to go rewatch that movie.
What was her name? This is gonna bug me. By the way,
she was just in Us, or
yes.
So okay. I know who you're talking about. Cool. Yes.
So I just recently watched Us, and her performance for that movie was spectacular. Like, she did a fantastic job. I really bought her acting. It was so realistic. Like, it was scary good.
That's one thing about him, man. Like, that's one thing about I've been debating watching that movie. Like, I heard that it's so good. It makes you think, and I like movies like that. But this is the same man that made Get Out, and Get Out, as I've said on my podcast, No Inner Monologue, is the ultimate nightmare for me of being kidnapped by white people. That is the ultimate nightmare. I can't watch it. So, and I hate scary movies, so I'm a little pussy when it comes to that.
Just
so
stay out of the
stay that way.
northeast of the United States.
Oh God.
Yeah, just stay out of the United. Trust me, I will be. Safe up here. So our
Can
biggest
I immigrate?
our prime, yeah, if you want to. But our biggest problem up here with our prime minister is that he fired 2 women. That's our biggest problem. That's our biggest issue, right?
Damn.
He fired
I
2
don't
women.
have that issue.
Yeah. So yeah, that's our biggest concern. So if you want to come up here, yeah, definitely, no problem. I invite you wholeheartedly. But you have to bring weed with you.
Oh, that was already a guarantee.
Yeah, that was already the first thing. Like it's a checklist for Tash. Weed number
Like,
1.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hike up the Pacific Crest Trail, just come up through there, have a backpack full of weed and all my other shit, and just be like, "Well, what's up, yo? Yeah, hey, here's joint. Yeah, hey there, man. How's it going, man?
If you make it, bro. If you make it,
I will.
All right. Okay. So Lapita. Okay, that's a good choice.
So okay, Ferral, you're up next since you were.
So I'm gonna choose the absolutely amazing Charlize Theron. I had to say it like that. She is just a wonderful actress. I'm absolutely in love with her acting, and she's a very gorgeous woman, especially in Mad Max Fury Road. That was just her top of the line.
Okay,
amazing.
I forgot about that movie.
Yeah,
and her role in Monster, like you don't even recognize her with the makeup on, and she fucking sends chills down your spine playing a fucking serial killer. And then my childhood crush, Christina Ricci, was her little lesbian lover. So it was like, oh hey, wow, this is a culminating event of Ferrell's adulthood crush of celebrity and his childhood crush. Huh. All right.
Okay.
So, yeah. And then I don't think she's in Atomic Blonde. She did a pretty good job in that. And yeah, I just mainly Furiosa, like fucking robot arm, badass, driving big ass fucking big rig, fucking getting those ladies away from that slaving asshole. And Mad Max being like, yo, I'll straight up help out. I just need to spend half the movie with the fucking nail grinder getting this fucking mask off. But yeah, I'm down for the ride.
Okay. That's a good one. That's a good one. This one's a tough one for me though. I want to go with somebody classic, but I also want to go with somebody that I know will beat the two of you.
Betty White.
Yeah, in life. You know what? I'm gonna go with the classic character, or I'm gonna go with the classic woman. I'm gonna go old school on this one, and I'm gonna go with Linda Hamilton from Terminator.
Oh,
wait! Which Terminator? 1 or 2?
Number 2. Are you crazy?
Okay, good job. Yep. All right.
I don't want that bitch Terminator 1.
all naive and needing Kyle Reese to help her along.
I know. Yeah, no. I want that tough ass bitch that was locked up in that mental institution. Yeah, that straight up
down to Mexico.
Yeah, exactly. That's who I want. And you know what? I want I would even take the Linda Hamilton in the upcoming Terminator. I don't know. I haven't seen it yet.
She reminds me. I saw the picture of it, and I just imagine my mom, because my mom has my mom loves her guns too, and she's the one who had me watch the first 2 Terminators when I was a kid. I watched those with my mom, and I always just ever since I grew up, I was like, yeah, my mom would be Sarah Connor. I'd make a horrible John Connor, but I'd still get something done.
Yeah. You'd be good at running away.
Yeah, I'll run away from the Terminators and let everybody else do it. Like, hey guys, I'm gonna go over here and smoke some weed. This is just stressing me out. Yeah, man, no problem.
this is stressing me out. I can't do this. It's stressing me out. But that's so funny. But yeah, I'm gonna go with Linda Hamilton because, as you know, she's older now, but she can still kick ass. It's that same woman. I'm just banking on it being that same woman from Terminator 2, which is one of the other than Ripley, is one of the toughest motherfuckers in any movie I've ever seen. Period.
Those two are like some of my childhood icons. Like, they're badasses. If only they could have done a movie with the two of them.
Oh yeah, in their time. Oh my god.
They could even do one now. Just those two. Yeah. Like, not even as their characters, but just those two in a movie, like an action movie, clearly, to play on their badassery. That would be dope.
Yeah.
That would be great.
That'd be crazy. Okay, so let's pin these three all together.
All right, are we going for another cage fight or street rules?
No, this is straight up street rules.
All right.
Yeah, street rules. Anything goes.
Damn. All right. So where are they busting?
They're on Hollywood Boulevard. They're right on the walk. They're right on the Walk of Fame, right around where Donald Trump's shit got busted up, and like Charlize is straight up coming up with a sledgehammer. She's ready to keep busting up more. But she's ready to bust some fucking heads.
Yeah.
All right.
Linda. So as Charlize is coming towards Linda with the sledgehammer. Linda goes, no fate but what we make for ourselves, and punches her right in the fucking gut.
Oof. Yeah.
And it's like, I got your judgment day for you right here, and gives Lupita in the face.
Fuck. All right.
Yeah, but I think Charlize is just gonna come back up, ditch the sledgehammer. That's just like that. She's really coming over there to keep busting up Donald Trump's, shit.
Yeah.
Can't let them get any repairs in. No repairs in, none whatsoever. Just.
Okay. And then Linda realizes the error of her ways and was like, "Oh, you were busting this."
Yeah. Charlie's still gonna come up with a sucker punch because it's like, hey, you hit me, I hit you. Like, fair is fair.
Okay, so while this is all happening, Lupita gets up and then, slingshots them from the back of the head, both of them at the same time, hitting the ground. Actually, hitting the nearby car in front of them, hitting their faces.
But it ricochets because it ricochets off of Linda Hamilton because she has the Terminator hand in her backpack.
Remember, Charlize is dressed up like Furiosa.
She also has Miles Dyson's head in her hand.
Well.
So,
oh God, poor Miles.
Poor Miles, he didn't survive anything.
He just wanted to do his work.
I know, yeah. Why did you kill him? You totally murdered that guy. Like, the thing is, there was no mention of him after. And you guys remember Terminator 2, right? So, he blows himself up, but, there's no remorse from any of them. Obviously, there's none from fucking Arnold. There's no remorse from John Connor, and there's definitely no remorse from Sarah Connor that this guy, blew himself up. But she didn't care about that guy anyways. He was a pawn. Yeah. She's about to kill his whole family.
What about his family, Mom? Fuck him, John.
That's exactly what happened. So, do you think that Linda Hamilton has this type of, remorse?
I think I think this fight's gonna end with the three of them realizing that they really don't need to fight each other, that this is pointless, and they all go out for lunch.
Yeah, it's a Me Too movement. It's a Me Too movement. Yeah.
And then they start working on a script.
Yeah.
They
start
work on a really
out.
badass script.
Yeah.
So, all right.
See, the men are gonna fight because we're just like, we got that testosterone. Once the fight and flight thing comes in, we're just like, oh, ooka chaka ha.
Yeah.
More likely than not, the women are be like, yeah, what's the point in this?
Why are we doing this?
Let's go out and get something to eat. All right, there's a good cafe over there. All right. And they all just go along, saying, sorry, I'm sorry I hit you. Oh, I'm real sorry. What the fuck is up with the slingshot? Lupita, a slingshot?
Yeah.
All right. Sounds like we made a consensus.
Yeah.
All right. That was. It took us a while, but we got there.
Yeah, we got there. We got there, everybody. Hang in there. You can do it.
We got a few more things to do. So
yeah.
So I'm gonna take a little bit of no inner monologue for this one. So
that's my show.
We're gonna be taking their top 5. So
top five. You gotta do it right if you're gonna do top 5.
That's why I brought you along.
Okay, okay.
So like we mentioned that it's when smoking or eating cannabis, it's more of a way to just relax with the people around you, and one of the best ways to do that is with music. So I've been scouring the internet, and after kind of like narrowing it down, these are apparently the top 5 most psychedelic songs.
Oh, don't worry, I have you covered. I can name some off the top of my head. Let me just go back to episode I don't even remember, our weed episode, and I can tell you what those songs are. Okay, continue.
Imaginary Places by Bus Driver. It's one of the first ones that come to my mind.
All right, so this is the list that they have, and then we'll discuss a little bit about it. So at number 5, it is Purple Haze by Jimi Hendrix Experience.
Yeah, that's a good one. Wait,
classic.
No, excuse me while I kiss. Is that one? Purple Haze is which one's Purple Haze? Excuse me while I kiss the sky.
Yep, that's Purple Haze. There you go.
Okay. I always forget between Voodoo Child and Purple Haze. I always get them messed up, but. Sorry. Yeah, that is a good one. Oh, he was definitely high. I don't know on what, but he was definitely high on that one.
All right. So apparently number 4 would be Comfortably Numb by Pink Floyd.
Definitely.
Yeah, that's a good song. Yeah, that's I would say. Would it be my top 5? No, but it's a good song. Okay. That's awesome.
It's definitely a psychedelic. It's one that can bring about like some trippy moments if you close your eyes and really think. But there's definitely better ones.
All right,
especially out of the Pink Floyd catalog.
Yeah.
All right, let's see here. Number 3, Tomorrow Never Knows by the Beatles.
I'd say more I Am the Walrus.
Yeah. Or Yellow Submarine. Sometimes Yellow Submarine is always on like something that I would listen to, like because it like really trips you out when you're listening to it.
Yeah.
Okay. Those were 2 of my honorable mentions, actually.
Oh, honorable mentions! Look at you adapting the inner monologue stuff. Proud of you, man.
So that's what this list says. All right, number 2 would be White Rabbit by Jefferson Airplane.
I haven't heard that. I don't know what that song is. Can someone hum it for me?
I heard that one in a while.
It is like fuck. I just heard it like a little bit ago too. Fuck. Memory, come back to me. Anything. It goes like
that'll work.
Fuck, I can't sing.
Anyways, those that are listening, look it up and you'll know. Jefferson Airplane.
Yeah.
I never heard that song before, I don't think.
It's like I'm listening to it for a second.
I don't know what it's called.
Okay, I'm gonna, for anyone listening, if I fuck this up, it's gonna be edited out. So I'm gonna play it a little bit. Ready?
Stop a jumba, stop the manual, jumba, jumba. Stop the manual, jumba, stop a jumba, stop the manual, jumba, jumba.
Okay, so that was it. Did you hear it?
Nope.
No.
Fuck. It's edited out, guys. That's what that was for.
Yeah.
I love editing.
I tried. Yeah.
I love that song. That was the greatest song ever sang.
The sound of silence.
All right, I tried. But yeah, that was that. All right, so let's go with number. Okay, so see, that was number 2. So we're gonna base number 1, but there's some honorable mentions on the list. You guys already mentioned "I Am the Walrus" and "Yellow Submarine" by the Beatles. Some of the ones that were also, I think actually Ferral mentioned some of the other songs from their Pink Floyd album, Echoes. Echoes was another one.
Echoes, okay. I know that song.
And then
I'm hip.
along with Echoes,
in the 70s.
along with Echoes would be Interstellar Overdrive by Pink Floyd as well.
Okay.
And one more would be Sunshine of Your Love by Cream.
Sunshine of Your Love.
Yeah.
I can't sing either, but yeah, I know that song.
So those are some honorable mentions. So number 1 from this website is "The End" by The Doors.
Yeah.
That's a good song.
That is a very good song.
So
okay, so now I have a little problem with your top 5 because I feel like your top 5 has been written by some old white man.
All right.
The top 5's been written by some old white man because
Listen to what I took my first hit LSD.
Okay, then let's all right. Let's bring in some more songs. But what other songs would you throw into?
First of all, Afro Man, Because I Got High, is like number 1. I mean, that's the number 1 song. The number 1 song about getting high is Because I Got High, Afro Man. Let's just say take anything from Snoop Dogg's repertoire and you can add it as a song about getting high.
Yeah.
Because he guaranteed that any song that you listen to, he was high on that.
Guaranteed.
Guaranteed, like 100% he was high. Also, Legalize It. Legalize It. Not only from Sean Paul, but there is like a actual reggae version. I believe it's sung by Peter Tosh. Oh my God! Now you're just quizzing me about something we did like almost a year ago. You know what? There are a lot of songs about getting high, but I think, as I said before, number 1 is Because I Got High. It just gets you in the mood. It's literally guys going into the studio, getting high, and just singing the most basic of songs, most basic of, lyrics.
I'm gonna go and clean my room, but then I got high.
Exactly.
Gonna go. I can't remember after that. I think it was gonna go and grab the broom.
Yeah, like the thing is, you can make up your own lyrics for that song. It doesn't matter what you sing; it all makes sense. So that is the number 1 ultimate song for me.
That's gonna be that's gonna be the thumbnail for this, and it's gonna be the 2 picture one with something on top. The second picture was Because I Got High. So if anyone's wondering why the thumbnail now you're wondering why the thumbnail looks the way it does, because of this predicament we're in.
Yeah.
as far as trippy songs go, because a lot of the old rock was trippy because they were on fucking tons of drugs, but hip hop also offers a lot more trippier shit because of the use of sampling and beats, and those fucking beats and your fucking high can put you in another place, and that's why I like Bus Driver with his song Imaginary Places. The use of the flute in that song, oh my god, and the lyrics, you fucking listen to that song, you actually listen to the lyrics, it's like, god damn, that's tasty.
All right.
And then anything by the late and great Idea and Abilities. Unfortunately, Idea passed a few years ago from cancer, but he was just an absolutely amazing MC, and his his lyrics just made you think so much. And Talib Kweli is one of the ones I like to listen to the most while I'm high, because he's just an intellectual rapper, and again, it makes you think. And sometimes, especially when he's not with Mos Def and what was it, Black Star?
Black Star,
yeah. When they're not with each other, he had some rather trippy, some trippy beats, but the lyrics is what makes you fucking think. And when you start thinking down and you're like, oh man, whoa, I'm tripping out now. He got me thinking, oh man. Like that, I think is a lot better than going, oh man, I'm seeing a purple elephant. Pink Floyd, take me there.
Okay. All right, guys. We had just offered all our listeners you probably, if you're listening this far, you guys are probably high as well with us. So we have just provided you with a list of music and songs to listen after you're done with this show to continue your fun day.
Don't forget that also, don't forget Sublime.
Yes.
I don't practice Santeria. I don't got no crystal ball.
I got $1 million, but I spent it all.
If I could find my inner, that's not true.
I can't control
and I really want to know. Sorry, we're gonna. Okay. And I really want to say I can't be fine.
That was wonderful. I love that.
Awesome. So there you go, listeners. We have just provided you with some wonderful listening music after that,
and wonderful singing as well.
On the fly karaoke.
So you probably listen to this episode one more time over before you start listening to that music. Then listen to that. But when you're listening to this now, and this is not the original voice, this is the second recording you're listening to. Now you can go listen to music. Don't come back yet.
Don't listen to the podcast first, and then go listen to music. But
Definitely.
Before you do that, go get high before you listen to the podcast, and then listen to music.
It would make more sense.
There's a lot of instructions.
Just think of Morpheus sitting there. You're Neo, and he offers you a joint and a joint. You take both joints.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be a fun picture to have.
I always have said that. I would have just taken both. And then where would you end up? Would you end up in the Matrix?
You'd be in limbo.
You would be in limbo.
You're just in a blank space.
Now. Yeah.
Nothing's loading. You're just stuck in a void.
Why can't they just take both?
This
you have an option of a purple pill?
98. No,
I've been so many places. Nothing compares to this view in yellow purple hills. Sorry.
Getting us to some. Man.
All right. So let's continue some more shenanigans. We're gonna go to the game show portion of the podcast. What I provide to my guests. So we're gonna be rotating. We're gonna rotate between inheritance and would you rather. Okay, so let's see here. What was I saying? Why can't I remember? Oh, now I remember. We're gonna be rotating between inheritance and would you rather. And normally I would let my guests just answer, but I'm going to be part of the conversation this time around because I'll give you my opinion as well.
Okay.
So let's start with would you rather.
Would you rather?
Okay. So would you rather you be a genius? You're a genius, but you're also a goose. Or
I'm a genius.
Hey, are you okay? Ferral?
Yeah, no, I'm fine. Fucking dogs.
Okay. Or you lock yourself in a porta potty with your least favorite person until you're friends.
Wait, a porta potty with my least favorite person and 2 of my friends.
You're
or I'm
locked
a
in
genius goose.
Yeah, you're a genius goose, or you're locked inside a porta potty with your least favorite person, and you're stuck in there until you become friends.
Am I also, as a goose, am I able to talk?
You eventually are able to talk because, well, you're a genius.
Well, I'm a genius goose, yeah, so obviously I'm able to talk. So I'm gonna go as a genius goose. Fuck it, if I'm in a goose body, that will just make what I'm selling even sell faster because they're like, holy shit, it's a talking genius goose. Why would I not buy its products? I'm already my own mascot. I don't have to pay anybody. I don't need an advertising firm. I am
He's a
it.
fucking brand. He's a brand now. He made himself a brand. Can you believe that?
Genius goose. I'd rather be a genius goose.
Oh, that's funny.
Americans, they make my day.
All right. So Tash, so what's your take on this then?
Yeah. Geese are sacred over here in Canada. Like, if you get fined if you even like do anything or touch them or anything like that. So I am also gonna
Wait, wouldn't that mean?
I know, yeah.
Okay, so since goose are sacred up in Canada, wouldn't it be that you also have all the protection of geese have up there? So you would have genius.
Also, yeah.
So that's a positive up in Canada.
Yeah.
You're like you have like
are like, yeah, like honestly, like if you see a goose or a geese, like what's the like a herd of geese? What
geese.
are they called?
You just said it. Geese.
Yeah, just geese.
No,
You
they're
just-
called something.
A flock.
No,
You know, they're called a herd of something.
It's a flock. Flock. Birds are flocks.
A flock of geese. Okay.
Unless
So,
it's
I
crows,
don't
then
know.
they're murdered.
Do I look like I'm a bird watcher? Get out of here. So they're crossing the street. Like, you have to stop and wait for them to cross the street. If they're in front of you and they won't get off the road, you can't like honk at them or anything. Like, it is like, if a cop catches you, you're getting a fine. Like, that's how serious it is. Yeah. So with saying that and the fact that they're sacred creatures over here, I'm gonna have to choose the goose because number one, I ain't gonna sit in a porta potty because that stinks, and number two, I don't want to be in that same porta potty with somebody I hate because that's just gonna get me, like, there might be a murder in there. So if there is a murder, then
You're stuck there forever.
I'm stuck there forever. So
With a dead body,
I'm
that's not good.
Yeah, exactly, and then that's gonna stink. Then I'm gonna have to eat it, and it just gets real cannibal in there. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, that's a good time.
it gets real weird in there, and so I'm that's weird that I would go straight to a cannibal. Anyway, I have no food, so I'm gonna eat this person, and I would do it willingly because I supposedly hate them so much. But I would go and be a goose. Because, again, sacred, and I'm smart as it is anyway. So I'm just going to be even smarter, genius. And yeah, that's my answer to your question.
Yeah, and I kind of agree with both of you. There's no real positives in the other one because one, like you might be a goose, but you're a genius. You are far like above everyone in human society at that point. So
fuck the Geico lizard. My insurance is gonna sell better because I'm actually real and not some little CG lizard. I'm a fucking talking goose that's a genius. Buy my insurance, buy these cereals, buy all of it. Canada loves me. I'm sacred.
okay.
If you,
All right.
if you get up here,
I can just start,
it'd be amazing.
And he has his weed in his backpack, making up.
Yep. I'll just fly up there.
You could just fly up there.
All right, guys. We're gonna now switch over to an inheritance.
Okay.
So, all of us, I'm gonna give us the offer on the table. So for this one, only one of us can take it. So really decide. We're gonna go in increments. So this first one is only gonna be for $250,000. Okay. But the curse that comes along with this amount of money is whenever you talk to a stranger, you cry uncontrollably.
I don't want that. You can have that. I don't want that.
So I take $250,000, but every single time I talk, I start blubbering like an idiot.
Well, when you talk to a stranger.
Oh, that'd be kind of fun. Fuck it. I could work at that. Oh my god, my dog was so amazing. I'm gonna eat that food. I'm trying. Just go in there and fucking eat it. All right. So are you, since Tash is out of the table, are you gonna take it, Ferral? Yeah.
All right, okay. So you are at $250,000 at the moment. We'll see who gets the most at the end, and the most, okay. But for now, we're gonna move over back to Would You Rather.
Okay.
All right.
Wait, there's no money for me?
No, we're gonna rotate back and forth.
Oh, we're gonna rotate back and forth. Okay. I was like, yo, okay, give me back that $250,000, guys.
No.
Hey, you want to split it?
I need that money.
We're gonna make the audience think a little bit while they're at this point.
Okay.
So that's why we're rotating game. It might hurt us as well.
Keep your money.
All right,
baby, I got your money.
All right. So, would you rather live in the Grand Theft Auto world as an innocent civilian, or the world is about to end and you can't tell anybody?
Ooh.
I was just weird because
what kind of end?
Okay, one at a time. Okay, Tash, go first.
No, I was just wondering because I just finished. Like, that's kind of weird because I was playing Grand Theft Auto before it came on here. But like, you're innocent. You're an innocent person in the world, meaning that you could get killed at any time.
Yeah, by that one player. Yeah.
Oh man. Okay.
You're not
Next
even
question.
And you didn't specify what kind of end, because I've been playing a ton of Fallout 76. So are you talking about nuclear apocalypse? Because if that's what happens, I don't mind turning into a ghoul.
So at this point, as far as that,
hey, you smooth skin.
So at this point, you know it's gonna end. It doesn't. You can pick whatever. It's a roll of a dice. So give me a second. I'm thinking of a couple. It is it is nuclear fallout.
All right. So yeah, I'm gonna.
I think I'm gonna take.
Sorry, you go first.
No, I was gonna say I think I'll take the nuclear fallout.
So
I
just can't tell anybody.
Yeah, I don't mind that
because I can get people. I can get people to make things so they could survive it.
Yeah, that's true.
But I'm not telling them why.
I'll just be like, hey man, you should build a bunker right there, like right down in there. What for? No reason. It's fun. All right.
Yeah.
All right, so we got Tash living or
That
trying
would go
to
over so well in America. Why? Why should I do this? I don't understand. Just do it. Okay.
The president said so. Well, the president said so. I'll get right on that wall.
all right. All right, time for some more money. So we're going to go
Finally.
we're
I'm
going
broke.
with All right. Let's see here. All right. This is going to be interesting. We're going to raise it up to $500,000 on this one. $500,000.
Okay.
So
All right.
for $500,000, anytime you watch a movie for the first time, you curse uncontrollably for 15 minutes.
I'll take that one.
Damn it! I want that one too.
So I was gonna.
No, you already got your money, guy. Take it.
You think you're $500,000? You curse uncontrollably. I'll just be there sitting there crying and yelling at people. It's so great.
I'll take that. I'll take that for $500,000. Only because I have watched a lot of movies, so nothing is really new to me. But I just can't go to the theater, which I don't like going to the theater anyways. And whatever, it's just more money than $250,000. So yeah.
Oh,
That's why I will be taking.
there's stuff. Don't worry.
I'm
There's
taking it
some,
and running.
all
Hey,
right.
I'm still a genius goose now with $250,000. That's more to invest into my enterprises.
Oh, here we go. This guy still thinks he's a goose.
Okay. We're gonna head in. Talking about animals, actually. All right, we're gonna head into another game of Would You Rather. Okay, would you rather share a studio apartment with the horny moose, or dress up like a salmon and swim upstream?
Okay,
Share an
so
apartment with a horny moose, or dress up like salmon and swim upstream.
Yes.
I don't mind going
I
for
think-
some hardcore swimming.
I think I'm gonna go with the horny moose, only because, as you know, and as people are aware, a lot of people don't like water. So I'm gonna do the natural thing. I'm gonna do the natural thing and say I'm gonna stick with the horny moose.
All
Yeah,
right.
I'm gonna go dress up like salmon and go swimming.
All right. Well, another split decision there. All right.
Yeah, definitely very split on that. That had to be like we had to go by race on that one, literally.
What are you trying to do here?
Yeah, I'm trying. We gotta split that one up. I'd
okay.
rather be in an apartment with a horny moose than go swimming. Like, you're really giving me any options.
All right. All right. Let's okay, time for some more money. Another round of inheritance.
Good, I want some more money.
This
I
one,
need to get more than her.
okay, this
Yeah.
one, we're gonna bump it up to $1 million for this.
All right, what is it?
All right, $1 million. But whenever a member of the opposite sex asks you a question, you become a full-blown mime for an hour.
All right. Like, what do you mean? Like, I'm gonna mimic them the entire hour?
No, you like magically transform into a mime.
Fuck yeah, I'll take that $1 million right now. I'll be a mime. I'll be Mr. Mime.
Nah, B, that's not my jive. That's not my jive. I don't. $1 million and you're just gonna turn into a mime for an hour, so like people can repeatedly keep asking you questions.
Actually, you know,
And
for your podcast, that would not work.
it would not work. Yeah, it would not work. And yeah,
No, of the
no.
opposite sex, so we just never get anybody of the opposite sex ever back on.
Oh,
That way I don't have to turn into a mime. It'd be really
Yeah,
dull.
Really? No.
All right.
Man, no. He could have that $1 million. No, I'll take my 500,000. I'm good.
All right, so I'm a crying, blubbering mime.
All right. So
Yeah.
Silent crying.
You're a real catch.
all right. We're gonna get really messed up here. This is the final.
Hasn't been already?
This is the final round for Would You Rather. So this one's the cards I pulled were like wow. So, would you rather shove a spider monkey up your ass or receive a daily cock slapping from The Rock?
Yo, I wish that the listeners could see my face right now because I felt like a woman from The Rock. I mean, I'm getting that from The Rock, though, right? Is that what you said to me?
Yes, The Rock.
Well, what do you think I'm gonna pick? Like, what do you think I'm gonna pick?
Yeah,
right?
I'm gonna have to go for on this. I don't want a spider monkey in my ass. It'd feel like an honor to get cock slapped by The Rock.
Exactly. That's every woman's dream.
All right.
Every woman's dream, seriously.
And plus, I'm not Mr. Slave. I don't want small animals going up me while Mr. Harrison's trying to teach class.
I don't want to hear about anything going up you. Okay?
No, I'm making a South Park reference.
Yeah, I know, but I didn't want to hear anything
Okay.
going up you.
No,
Very graphic.
that'd be a bad side.
We have people listening. Okay, we can't be so graphic with things going up you.
All right. So these last two are each going to be for $2 million inheritance time.
Ooh.
These are two different offers, and I'm going to list both of them. And each of you has to receive one or the other. So depending on the coin flip, someone's going to end up with something. Vice versa.
Okay.
Words. I'm having a hard time with words at the moment. So,
Just Bryce hitting you, huh?
I know, it's just hitting you now.
so luckily everything's written down on cards. So
He's laughing uncontrollably. Yeah, he can't read words. That's usually the sign. Anyway, keep going.
Son, you're on that marijuana.
Yes.
all right. So these are the two offers. For the $2 million, here's the first one. Whenever you stand in a line, you forget who you are for 24 hours. And the second option is anytime you see a child, you are teleported backwards in time by an hour naked.
I'll take the first one.
Damn it! So if I get teleported back in time after I see a child for an hour arrive naked in front of a woman, she asks me if I get what I'm doing naked, and she's a stranger, I'm gonna start crying and But hey, I got $3,250,000 to spend.
Yeah. That's the good part about it.
You get money. Money
It's
for
easy
everyone.
to bribe the cops.
Yeah. Like, I don't even think every time you see a child, like, seriously? Like, they're everywhere. Like, you're constantly, and then they're asking you, oh my god, like, that's the worst for you. Because then they're asking you, like, yeah, why are you naked? Like, what the hell's going on here? And then you have to, like, you're crying because it's a stranger. And then also you have to mime. Oh man, you should have waited. You should have waited. You should have waited for that $500,000.
You know what? This can work. This can make a very funny movie.
It would.
All right then.
It'd be messed up.
Whew, that was fun. We got.
That's another sign that you're high. Is when you go woo.
You didn't Ric Flair it though, so
I know. Yeah,
5
you didn't
points.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Oh, all right, but no, that was we've like put in almost 2 hours into the show. If not, I can't tell what time it is. So,
Because you got high.
but
love
no.
that.
Is there anything else you guys want to talk about before we kind of close this up?
Oh man.
No. We talked for a long time. But
I
I
know.
had fun.
That was
I
fun.
want to thank you for like letting me be on the podcast today. I had a lot of fun. I always have fun with you. And I love what you're doing with our. I mean, you're one of our biggest fans at No Inner Monologue. So I want to thank you for your support. I want to thank everybody that's listening for their support. Listen to us. We're all over the place. We're on every podcast network. Listen to us on Anchor. That's our main people that we deal with. Also, we're on Instagram at No Inner Pod. And is this my time where I go and do my spiel, or?
Yes, you're doing it right.
It's my time. Oh, am I doing it right? Okay. Find us on Instagram at No Inner Pod. We always have the funniest shit on there. We are also on Facebook at No Inner Monologue. And we're now on YouTube. YouTube is our new thing now. So check us out on YouTube, No Inner Monologue. And yeah, we love having fun. It's an informational type of comedy show. So you always learn something, but you get a laugh along the way. I don't know. Tyrant, let them know how good the show is, maybe. You don't want to hear it from me.
So it's so good that I brought my favorite member onto this episode to the podcast.
Oh, that's so sweet. Oh yeah, you said that, and all the other guys got mad. So yeah, we gotta keep that on the down low. We gotta keep it on the down low. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna see them later too. Well, not many, but I'll see them later, and I'll let them know that they were sorely missed.
Okay.
which would of course be a lie. But yeah, catch us on No Inner Monologue. New episode every Tuesday. Yay!
All right, there you go. Perfect.
My turn.
Your turn.
Well, yeah, man. It's always a pleasure to be on your show with your games, and those are always fun. Gives me a good solid laugh. Now I'm gonna have to go catch Is it No Inner Monologue?
No Inner Monologue.
Okay,
Yeah.
now I'm gonna have to go catch that. Yeah, but you can always catch me and my best friend, the Mick Wonder Beast, over on the Life of Laymen. We do it every Sunday, and we got the Twitters, we got the Discord server. We will be getting the Facebook up here soon, and I think we're also going to do an Instagram. I think we got an Instagram. I believe we do. I'm so fucking high right now. I'm not having it in front of me. I know we got a link. We got a super cool link with all our links, and Tyrant will be getting that, so he can link that up too.
Yes,
we'll be providing all the information that you need today. And if you wake up from the high,
don't worry. For anyone listening by now, this has been recorded like weeks in advance just for you guys. So I have time. I have time to edit, but no, I'll have all the links for everyone here down below. It's always fun to get a chance to talk with you guys individually. I'll have also links to both their episodes, so you can listen to when they came 1-on-1 with me, or 1 and 2, and we talked a little bit more about their show and about them, so you can hear that too. Links everywhere. And actually, I'll also put links to the time I end up on each of their shows too. So there's gonna be a ton of links. So if you're still listening to this, just keep listening to more podcasts. Just listen to all our episodes one by one.
Yeah. Maybe.
Yeah.
Definitely yes.
Yeah,
Sure.
listen, yes, for sure. Definitely do that.
All right.
Definitely,
So
maybe yes.
I totally missed whatever was said, but yeah, definitely do what they told you to do.
there you go. Approval. Approval from everyone. So thank you guys for listening.
Thank you.
guys. All right. We'll catch everyone later. Bye.
Okay,
Later.
bye.
This podcast brought to you by OuchThatHurts.com. Visit Ouch That Hurts for music, gaming, reviews, editorials, podcasts, and more. Ouch That Hurts. HERTZ.com.
Come hang out and chat with everyone on our Discord channel. Be a part of our community.
Hey everybody, my name is Grant, and I host a podcast called It's Trivial. Now, It's Trivial is a game show in which I pit comedians, musicians, podcasters, and other interesting people against one another, usually in front of a live audience for the sake of public ridicule. Hope you'll check it out. There's something there for everybody. There's stuff for people who like movies, music, history, geography, comic books, and even more. Be sure to give me a follow here on social media on Instagram and Twitter at It's Trivial Show, and check out the entire first season of It's Trivial now in your favorite podcast app. Thanks.